we're just not going to be able to avoid it. Like, cars are just going to keep coming by because we're trying to have an adventure. So, you know, it's Colorado, everyone's moved here. We're just going to have to push play and get it going because it's an adventure, all right? I can't believe I used to be so brave. So let's take this off. We got to see the arrow. Where the fuck is the arrow? There it is. Okay. So that arrow there, right there. It's awkward. So awkward. Hello, it's my mouth. Day 75. We're jiving on this thing. We're sitting on a snow berm right by my street. All these cars are going by. You know, it's fine. We're good. I'm feeling good about it. I don't even know if you could see the arrow down there in the distance. But that's where I walked to as a youngster. That arrow way the flap over there, and that arrow way the flap over there to write today's poem. And I couldn't believe I was thinking about, like, just put my stuff down in the snow. Whoops. Put that anywhere. Look at this snow I'm sitting with. This is like, the world is a new thing. And my neighbors would probably be weird about it. The UPS driver's probably going to be weird about it. It's fine. I put my dinosaur thing here to, like, you know, show that I'm here, but I feel pretty safe right now. But I was thinking about how scared I was just to, like, turn the corner, just to possibly cross the street from my neighborhood. I turned my hair into, you know, earmuffs too, which I think is quite cute, but I might let it fly because I feel like being free. Or a unicorn shirt and a unicorn pin for you. This one says, "What's your excuse?" Because I knew people were going to give me funny looks, and that's fine. I'm used to them. But my excuse is poetry, and here I am. And I feel good. This is the most adventurous I've felt in so long. It's crazy. I feel crazy. People are waving at me. I'm the king of the world. It's fun. I'm having fun. I've been so uptight. Here comes the delivery dude, you know? Like, we're all here. We're in the world. People are going to look out for me. I'm fine. So I'm going to just read you my poem because this is exciting, though. It's like I'm being pretty wild right now. We're just doing full handheld 360 adventure on what is kind of close to the snow lounge chair that I made with one of my best friends who used to be my neighbor. We grew up together, a few houses down from each other, and she was the only way I got through high school. Such a saving grace. Help me study, help me get high, have a little help from your friends. You know how the song goes. So I will just call her the best hugger in the world, because when she hugs you, you know that it's the best hug in the world. You know it. You just know. This is it's actually, I'm going to say what I have made today is a snow saddle. And back in the day, it was a snow armchair. And it was in high school, we had a snow historic like this one, but it was so tall and so fresh. And we snuck out that night late. Oh, here comes a guy with big tires. That one kind of makes me want to move. Yeah, you're a little scary. You sort of make me want to move. He even looked at me too, like, did I make you want to move? And I'm like, yeah, bro. See, this is where I get more scared than I was in high school. It's sad. It makes me sad, y'all. So I'm just gonna, like, sit on this other random part of the berm and just be like, you know, still be queen of the mountain, but from a little safer point of view. I'm just, you know, I want to be brave like high school, but I don't remember how to be brave like that. Any hooter. Now I feel a little bit more just like a voyeur of danger, but not in the danger zone. So, yeah, I wore this hat because I wanted to show you this picture as well. This is some hilarious shit. My mom saw it, and she's very witchy and knows everything. And as I was leaving the house, she's like, she loves Jesus so much. She's like a natural born witch, but really into Jesus. I'm kind of like a different variation of that. But she did give me magical powers. Thanks a lot, Mom. Actually, no, really, thank you. It's been quite an exciting part of life. I just want to let these fly, though. I'm ready to let this free. I'm ready to talk about the hat, but to let my freaking hair down. Okay. So I'm ish in the spot. I showed you the arrows, at least. The arrows are the theme of the piece. But I don't feel as wily and free as I did then, that's for sure. I would like to, but I just don't. And, you know, we used to do spontaneous shit and, you know, not worry about it. But my mom's so psychic that she picked this up and she's like, what is this? Is this back in the day? I'm wearing this hat. She's like, what's happening? And then like 10 minutes later, she's like, are you gonna go streaking? Did you go streaking back then? And I said, I'll just answer maybe to both of those. So the answer to the now streaking is no. My town has been invaded. There's a person every 2.3 seconds, you know, no. But did I then? Oh, you betcha. That's where one of my first, I wrote before Lady Gaga, what was her album? Fame Monster? Before Fame Monster. Wasn't that it? Anyway, my first movie I started writing was called Hollywood Monster. And this is how it started. This scene, it was for love. It was for a love that wasn't real. It was abusive. But, you know, I was willing to run naked in the snow through my neighborhood about it. Without even anyone challenging me. Usually I'll do it if somebody like dares me, you know, or it's like a first rehearsal of a play, for instance, and we're just bonding. Or like in high school, my best friend and I would just be bored on a Tuesday, you know, and go streaking. And then, you know, oh, here's a really scary like town car. I'm scared of you. What are you doing? Okay, this is weird. Can you guys, we're having a weird moment. Be prepared for me to run for my life. What is this person doing? Can you go away? This is a weird experience for me, guys. Very weird experience. I'm gonna run away if I see them coming back, just so you know. See? I dare to leave my house and it's like this scary, crazy thing, right? I mean, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That's so silly. That's so redonkulous. Okay, I'm gonna be brave. I'm gonna say my poem, even though that was just weird and whatever. But I was just thinking today about like, how was I so ballsy? How did I have so many extra balls laying around? But I wrote, so just the first few pages of this, or yeah, the first part of it, I wrote in high school, whence I was obviously feeling a bit more brave. How could there be so much action in my neighborhood too? That's what I'm saying. Like, what's up? Oh, okay, so he knows me. He knows I'm weird. He knows I'm weird. We're fine. Most people know that I'm just kind of weird. Okay. It's all good fun. I was going to ask him something about his branches too, but it's cool. Maybe I'll see him. I got to keep this going. So I wrote the first part of it when I was super brave and walked all the way out there and made armchairs with one of my best friends who gave me the best advice and the best help and always listens like a real friend always should listen. Like the real listening where they absorb and then like reiterate things that you said and then make even better points about them and actually guide you in some way. I mean, just like a good ass friend. And she was my neighbor and we would do sneaky things, but it's like we weren't being bad. We just needed fun, you know? We needed to have fun. If I ever get real famous and her parents know that we were making snow armchairs, I'm sorry, friend, but I don't think I'm on that level yet. I don't think I'm on that level. We can keep it between us for now. I hope I get that fame, dog, but we'll see. It's like we both chased our dreams on opposite coasts. We were both actors. Yeah, it was like the real deal. Here comes the UPS man. He makes a rumble. Thank you, UPS man. He's got chains on them tires. He's got chains on them tires. All right, so I'm gonna give it to you. The rest of it I wrote today. The end of it is also from high school. So it was like, okay, so we made the snow armchairs late at night. We're feeling really cool. I had my journal with me. I wrote the first part of the poem. Then I filled the rest in today, looking back at that part nostalgically. And then the end of the poem is another poem I wrote about the poem. Or, you know, like in high school. Anyway, the poem is called Two Arrows. It's about that arrow over there and that arrow over there. And the like division of two decisions and life and the path and whatever. But then after I wrote the Two Arrows poem, we like sat in our snow recliners for a bit. And then I like wrote a poem about that poem. Right? You're with me. We're deep. We're in high school. We love unicorns. We're in our fields. That person's going too fast. It's fine. We're very safe. This is like old lady distance from the road. Don't you worry. But here we go. So, today's poem is called Two Arrows. like a painted picture in a hot-cold mixture of who we are and the future characters will be. In this sea of voices heard in a snowbank of uncertainty, I am caught up in the melted pieces of me, of myself. What is that? Take it off a shelf. Myself, my impoverished wealth, spent on dreams of being recast in a dramatic sort of movie. But then again, who would you be if you could? If you didn't what you should? And would the end offend the audience when they heard your off into the distance footsteps walking? Are we all chalking it up to the invisible writers? Would the armored fighters keep fighting if they saw that this arrow points to some rolled credit after you've embedded secret codes into your very veins, losses, loving gains, and living life in seasons? Green bedroom zoning out the last school days. A haze of heat should have run through more sprinklers than I did. Our youth hid the crushing, brutal bedrock of society knocking hard at our doors. Didn't know what was in store for us. Too focused on bratty decisions and what's what. Basically, crystal validity, hibernation crucial, beehive bounty, branches beautiful, dutiful to school and parental units, gradual crocodilian, grass braiding, muddy mess kickoff, baffling hush of springtime gusts, neurosis bridging, license verification. They mark points on your grown-uppedness almost daily. The given lighting determines our fight or flighting. Been memorable neurological grooving, which definitely a lithosphere liftoff. Mindful searching, goddamn junkyards. Mundane gaggles, been bragging. Megatron movies. They want to do the same things every flippin' summer. Please. Lip-syncing common mush. Hurting just happens with the predictability of us humans. They ain't got the gall. Yes, sirree, breaching protocol is most uncommon, I find. Fatten them up with simple suggestions and beginner-level mind control. Who can hold the sunset as long as they'd like? Never long enough. Traffic frozen as is, lavish vehicles stuck in time, skidding to stops in unbearable heat. I miss my seat in the midnight snow heap. I was always ready to leap into some daring impromptu new view. Now I'm glued in one spot, it seems, with rattling reality dread when awake and all through my dreams. I used to see such watercolor scenes. There goes a UPS man again. I used to see such watercolor scenes, and my subconscious leaned to the vastness of possibility. Now it diverts to the worst case scenarios and plays out nefarious crescendos of futile running away until my veins burn, big, deep-seated fears and insecurities personified around each and every turn. And I remember when we sat perched so confidently in that late-night snow berm, unafraid and not a bit concerned. Have we really learned since then, or just gotten more fearful? I'm tearful remembering all those powerful chats we had, risking absolute enraged reprimands from her dad. I'd sneak through her basement window at night. If she left the light on, that was the go-ahead. She'd pop out the screen and I'd climb like James Bond or James Dean down onto her bed. What a rebel. She'd cradle my head when I cried, and we'd revel. We relied on each other before everyone went undercover as grown-ups and got therapists and long to-do lists. But in those days of favoring friendship over homework, she always knew how to lift my spirits. We said yes to our adrenaline and rules be damned, even though we had real fear in it. But not for the same reasons we say no to things today. If we were turning down fun, it was because we were in a play together. You know the old adage, big dude with a little dick in the truck. You know the old adage, I can't, I have rehearsal. But we'd pull off all kinds of real-life productions involving elaborate webs of where we said we'd be. Including fire drills of all the many ways the plans could go awry. We couldn't stand to comply with the curfews and the staunch, narrow views, and now we just go to bed early 'cause I guess we want to, or can't think of what else to do. I miss those high and ready days, unfazed by the mighty stacks of bills. bills, and the continual grilling of expectations. Little elation. Nowadays, a warm, understanding hug from her and a long, empathetic late-night chat would be like a vacation. Lately, the anticipation of something fun and carefree seems like a very distant memory. Now our time is sensibly divvied up and labeled. I miss those fabled days of doing things because we wanted to. Woo! That just fell on me. It was awesome. Now our time is sensibly divvied up and labeled. I miss those fabled days of doing things because we wanted to. Though essays and chores skewed it a bit, it was still so much better than this adulting shit. Every time I hear my friends talk about their current plans and duties, I could just throw a fit. The modern day accolades just don't compel me a bit. But that contemplative night, venturing bravely into several feet of snow much later than we were supposed to go anywhere, is something I'll never forget. I wrote a deep, thoughtful poem as we carved out snow armchairs in which to sit. Came from my teenage mind, grasping to find meaning, and uncensored. The poem within the poem called A Wandering Adventure. The sky is just one color. It is now. The sky is just one color, lonely gray. I have let love slip away in the great, great storm. Always someone in charge insisting we conform. Perceived perfection and all its norms will fool me once melted into day. Far from the ground and forces at play, contradiction takes form as we let approval and disapproval make us forlorn. We consider all the mediocre beauty now jaded. We lose the will for this red carpet show. A world of voices and images faded in a comfortable, lounging snow chair chill. In a comfortable, lounging snow chair chill. There's still too much to know. Faced with two choices, I take the blind curve, listening at last to the pulsating laughter, a slick road, a mind prepared to swerve, seeing war, dazzling feats, hits and misses, and kisses incomplete, and staring into the sheet of ice, a glimpse of what comes after all the high school defeat. We greet what we cannot yet see with our readiness, wandering free. Golly, guys, I did it. I swear there's just a car coming every 2 seconds. It's like, I reckon our population has tripled in the last month. I don't know what's going on. I swear to you. All right, so that was a really fun, thing that we did. And I had a good time. And now we're walking back home. We did our chores, and I just like it. I like the snow. I wanted to show it to you, the world of downed tree branches, and taking chances, like walking anywhere close to other humans. It's I feel like I have to run down the street like this to make sure nobody comes. It's both ways. Make sure they're not coming. Make sure they're not coming for you. Anyway, I had a lot of fun with you today, and that was poetry, and those are trees that are down, and that's crazy. Trees falling everywhere. Big berms of snow everywhere. Yeah, it's a good time. I had a great time with ya. Holy freaking pterodactyls, guys. I actually did a brave thing. I like ventured past my front door, you know? Cool. It's cool stuff. Oh man, all these poor trees though. So that was a fun memory, don't you think? I wish I had more like gusto and chutzpah to get naked more randomly. Look at that snow though. It's almost as tall as me. But yeah, we could all use a little bit more streaking chutzpah, says I. But love this. Told you I love feet in new snow. It's the way to go. Jump and jive. Oh, almost fell on that one. I'll just kneel in the snow for a minute. Actually feels really good. Feels like just, yeah, the way life's supposed to just kind of go into the snow like that. So jump and jive, day 75. That was a fun ass time. I feel liberated. I feel like I did something crazy. I feel like I just went to a EDM club or something. Yeah, it was a good time. So, fiddlesticks. Tomorrow will be 76. And it's a special one. I think you know what it is. I think you know what I'm driving after. I think you know what I might be driving at. What I might be hinting towards. Do you feel what I'm hinting about? Do you feel it? Do you feel it in your bones? Has something to do with Ireland? Their sexy black hair and their blue eyes over there. It's irresistible. Just you wait. I'm coming for you, St. Patty's. Go shake your balls around. Do something fun. Get naked in the snow. Why not? Okay. You're alive. Smile about it. Day 75.